So, Iron Man 3 is another movie in Marvel Universe, and it is the first movie after the first Avenger. So, first Avenger was in the past, and now Iron Man 3. In this Iron Man, we see Tony Stark struggling with events which were shown in Avengers movie, particularly his flying with atomic bomb and sending it to space to be destroyed there and not in New York City, because the United States government thought that Rakshari are too powerful with Loki to save New York, and they decided to just throw a bomb into the city. And here have this Tony Stark with, we can say, PTSD syndrome after Avenger events, and of course he's also struggling with his CEO, Pete Potter, I think she's called, played by Gwyneth Paltrow, I think, and she's also struggling with a new adversary or enemy, Mandarin, and Mandarin is a kind of Arab terrorist who is blowing bombs all over the world, and he demands the attention of Tony Stark, and Tony Stark even gave him the attention, and forces of Mandarin destroyed Tony Stark mansion, and Tony Stark is in a phase of retreat, in a phase of escaping the dangerous which is possessed by Mandarin and his forces. And at the end, we see that the real problem was not the Mandarin, because he was just a fake actor, but a real threat is someone who had grudge on Tony Stark not being interested in his projects. So this is the main storyline, but unfortunately I think Tony Stark Iron Man 3 is in a sense completely soulless, because the main adversary, Mandarin, is created in a mysterious, even ominous, interesting way, but after we discovered that he's just a fake, he's just an actor, and the real threat is a scientist whose project was denied by Tony Stark. Um, the whole situation is a little bit naive to believe, and of course this whole process that this scientist is taking disabled people who are beyond rescue and give them the power to be living bombs is a little whack, a little unbelievable, a little too silly to be even in a Marvel universe, in a Marvel world. So for me, it wasn't very convincing, and this, of course, story about the scientist being jealous about Gwyneth Paltrow, about this Peter Potter girl. It was also a little bit naive. Really, I think that the Iron Man 3, unfortunately, is the worst of Iron Man movies. Here, even Tony Stark, when he's on this exile in some unknown United States state, in there is winter. He also meets this kid who is poor, and he at the end helped him and built him a very super cool room with computer and other gadgets. It's really silly and under the level of Marvel movies, because they are some of them are really simple. Most of them are simple, or all of them, maybe not all of them, but most of them. But we have also very serious movies, like for example, Avenger movies or Captain America movies. So and Iron Man 3 is not humorous movie. It's not about laughing and so on, but the story is too silly and too mm, um, it's unserious. It's unserious. It's a little bit too easy to grasp on these ideas of disabled people who out of their misery agreed to be these living fire bombs and detonating each other in different places of the world. It's really whack idea, and maybe the best part, of course, is the Mandarin, this Arab mysterious terrorists who want to show Americans that they are colonizers and that Indians were bravely fighting them in 19th century. And this was really interesting. This mysterious character, almost impossible to be caught. And now we see that this was just a fake. He was just a impostor, and the real threat is about this American guy who is now handsome. Then he wasn't handsome. He was also partially disabled. Tony Stark refused his science. The girl of Tony Stark didn't accept him as a boyfriend, and he wanted to destroy everything. So this is the plot of Iron Man 3, unfortunately. And in Iron Man 2 even, the main antagonist was better, playing by Mike Rourke. And and even though Iron Man 2 was also simple, the acts of the movies were even better. So unfortunately for me, Iron Man 3 is too easy. At the beginning we have this struggle of Tony with his PTSD syndrome after Avenger movie, but then this plot is completely abandoned. And unfortunately, watching this movie, you see really that the first Iron Man movie was really the best in case of action, main antagonist, the development of the character, and the Iron Man 3 is unfortunately too bad to even have a long discussion about it. So let me know in the comments, what do you think about Iron Man 3? Is it really the worst? And what we can have, what we can say positive about this movie, because I think that the negatives are in almost all aspects, even in aspects of fighting, of because the final fight is on this platform. And we have also the costumes of other robotic like costumes, like Tony Stark costume, but all of this is in a dark night, and all of this is unconvincing that these fights are real, that there is a real threat, and everything is dangerous. It's too silly. So let me know in the comments, what do you think about third part of Iron Man, Iron Man 3. I think it's unfortunately the worst Iron Man created by Marvel.